What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm happy to finally start this. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Tell you guys about my cameras, my lenses, and my experiences with them. For starters, I use a camera case. It's right there, right behind me. Okay. Here it is. It is the Apache 2800. It has a plastic hard shell on the outside. It's got foam on the inside. It's exactly like a Pelican case. And the reason why I bought that was because one day I was walking through Harbor Freight, I was picking up some tools, and I saw that on the shelf. It was originally intended for a gun, a pistol, to carry it around and transport with. But I thought to myself, hey, this looks exactly like a Pelican case. I can use it for my cameras. So I picked it up. It was like 20 bucks, and sure enough, it worked out pretty great. I've been using it for 3 years and no issues at all. It's shockproof, it's waterproof, and it serves the same purpose as a Pelican. You can spend 60 bucks or you can spend 20 bucks. Obviously, if you have the money to spend the 50 bucks on a Pelican. Pelican's very nice. But if you want to keep your cameras safe from the elements and you're just starting out, I'd say get yourself a Harbor Freight Pelican case, which is that Apache 2800. And so inside that Apache 2800, there is 2 lenses and 1 camera. What I've been using recently is the A7R2, which I'm shooting this video on right now. It is a 45 megapixel camera or a 46 megapixel camera. It shoots 4K video at 30 frames per second, or I think it goes all the way up to 60 frames per second. I'm not 100% sure. It is a mirrorless camera, so it's full frame, has all those goodies. Sony's been doing it for years, and I've had no complaints with it. I mean, the colors are there, the details are there. I can zoom in a lot on Lightroom and it'll still be super sharp. And that has to do with mostly, I'd say, the lens, not really the body, but mostly the lens. And what I'm using to shoot this video right now is the Sigma 35mm f1.4. I purchased this lens about 3 years ago, full retail price, $1,100, that is with tax, and I've had no complaints. I love this lens. It is my go-to lens, and I use it for all of my portraits, all of my products, all of my automotive photography, and do I have to say that the details with this lens are amazing. So, previously to this A7R2 that I had purchased, I'd say a few months back, I had a Sony A72, and I purchased this brand new for my birthday, I'd say about 6 years ago. And we have this super cool Alpha Guard skin on there, and we have a very scratched up screen, and it's broken. So this is the whole reason why I upgraded. This is a 24 megapixel mirrorless full frame camera from Sony, and I guess I'll tell you the story behind it. So I was on a photo shoot. A client had hired me to take photos of his BMW M2, and I got everything set up, put the lens with my body, and I was getting ready to take photos, and I noticed that I couldn't change any of my settings. So the f-stop, my shutter speed, and all my ISO, I couldn't change it. So I wasn't gonna let this shoot be a dud. I wasn't gonna, pack it up and go home and say, hey man, the camera doesn't work, can't do the photo shoot. No, so what I did was I flipped it in auto mode, and I let the camera do all the work. I could still pick my focus points with the manual focus ring on the lens, but I couldn't pick my exposures the way I wanted them to. But the camera did a great job. That's the only thing I was afraid of, was my photos being too grainy, or my photos being too dark or too blown out. As soon as I got home from that shoot, I actually uploaded them to my computer to start editing them. In my mind, I was thinking, hey, these photos are not going to be good. I'm probably going to have to, reschedule or have a reshoot with him. And that was not the case. The camera did a great job of capturing the photos that I wanted. They were super sharp, and the exposure wasn't too blown out or too dark. It wasn't super grainy, and I put this out of commission because I couldn't change any of the settings. So it was a few months ago until I bought a A7R2, one great camera to another great camera, and yeah, let's put that off to the side. Now let's talk about the other lens I have in my camera case. We have a Sony F 1.8 50mm, and this is a plastic body lens, and it's very inexpensive. It costs about $150 to buy it. I suggest everyone to have a 50mm. This is the first lens I ever bought with my money, and I was using it for a while until I bought another lens, which was my 35mm. But I still use it till this day because sometimes I want a nice compressed background in my images, and it does a really great job of, I'd say, having a nice bokeh, a nice buttery background, and yeah, I mean, I guess that's all to say about this lens. It's very light, very inexpensive, captures very sharp images, and it'll always be in my camera case. And all my lenses have polarizers. I use polarizers for all my lenses because it cuts reflections on cars, it cuts reflections on pretty much anything. I mean, you name it, you name any kind of surface that has a reflection, it'll cut those reflections right out. I also have a drone, which is not here with me right now, but I haven't really used it as often as I wanted to. I'm still experimenting with it, so I guess I'll make another video on that, a little bit about my thoughts of how I like the drone and what the footage is like and all that stuff, etc. But that's pretty much all I have in my camera case. I have a couple of I have 1, 2, 3 memory cards in my camera case, and I have right now I'm limited to 6 batteries. So I have 6 batteries in that camera case, and so the reason I have 6 batteries is because Sonys love to eat batteries. I don't know what it is about them, but they just love to eat them. Especially this one. This one just loved to go through batteries like it was nobody's business. You have no idea how many batteries I went through within one shoot. I think it was like 2 or 3. Luckily for the A7R2, I'd be on a shoot for a couple of hours. I've only used 1 battery. So I guess this one's a little bit better with the battery usage, so I have no complaints. I really shouldn't have these many batteries in the case anymore, but the foam is kind of falling apart, and I need to buy a new foam and have a new setup in there, so I'll probably put just 2 or 3 batteries in there and call it a day. And yeah, again, that's all I have for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. Definitely buy a 50mm if you're a beginner. But if you guys have any suggestions on videos, please leave them down below in the comment section. I will be looking, I will be taking your thoughts into consideration. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, like this video, subscribe. But yeah, again, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.